Hello guys, and welcome to episode 12 of my Total War Warhammer playthrough, playing as Norsca on very hard difficulty. And today we're going to be moving on to take on Castle von Rauchen after previously destroying Kislev and Savastra. Everything was done for this turn, so we'll start by moving on to the next one. Need to see where this Kislev army goes. They might go and take back Erengrad, honestly. And we had the chance to colonize Kislev, but I didn't. I just raised it for the eagle.
Don't anger me. When I'm angry, I make challenges.
Trade agreement from the Goromadni. Honestly, we can probably ask for some cash. Nice. We can get 1,000 from that. That's fine by me. And I think what we'll do is take the -20 growth for all provinces for 10 turns for the loot piles reinforced. And we'll move on to attack Castle von Rauchen. Another undefended settlement. Let's see if we can get Throg into range to help out. We can. So we may as well. Put him into raiding stance. Actually, just keep him in normal stance since he's not going to be getting anything from that anyway. And this means that we lose like 2 men or 26 men. And do we want to sack it? No, we just want to raise it for the eagle.
My lord, your allegiance grows ever stronger. Show you have devoted yourself completely, and you will not be able to form other alliances thereafter.
We won't be able to form other alliances. Okay. Or is that with the god? I think once we choose one god, we can't go back, basically. I think that's what he's trying to say. But trait gained, +2 leadership. That's good. Follower gained. Fantastic. Right, let's upgrade Wulfrik again. Doesn't need more armor. Doesn't really need more melee defense, I don't think, because he has so much armor. I think we're going to go for extra melee attack. He has frostbite and magical attacks, so making sure those hit is probably a good idea.
A challenge?
Right, we'll also upgrade Ivolda, who may as well be given Arcane Conduit.
See fangs ready. I see death. I know where.
Next up, Wolfenberg. We also need to go and destroy Norden, but I think Wolfenberg, being the capital, is probably a good idea to destroy that. What I can do up here is, once Stronger Warriors gets down to about 5 turns and I start recruiting that new army here, we can use that to destroy Norden. In the meantime, we're just going to carry on towards the Empire lands. Wolfenberg will destroy Brass Keep as well, and Hergig, and then we'll move on to Middenland. So far, so good. Let's end the turn. Only takes 1 more settlement before we get the Lord of Change anyway, so it looks like we might be able to recruit him before our bonus experience for the Marauders wears off. That'll be nice. And it looks like they just left Wolfenberg. And Dregra is ready for duty again, so we can bring him back. Let's go for charge bonus for cavalry units. What I'm going to do as well with the Lord of Change is recruit skin wolves so that I can bring them to Wulfrik and make use of all of the bonuses he has surrounding them. Right, Wulfrik and Throg can get towards Wolfenberg this turn, so we may as well go for that attack. Let's have Wulfrik follow up, and we'll just auto-resolve that. And that's going to be our Lord of Change given to us. I wonder if it's going to trigger an event we're going to have to deal with as well, which could be a pain in the ass. We'll see. But yeah, that's not really worth fighting. There's not many troops there. We'll just auto-resolve it. We're going to end up sacking it. Though it's not actually worth that much. Let's just raise it for the eagle. We'll get the Mighty Lord of Change and see what happens. Legendary Lord available, Azric the Maze Keeper. Sword of Swift Slaying is ours. Obsidian Lodestone. And here we go.
Your allegiance and devotion is unmatched, my lord. But take heed of your actions and watch the horizon carefully. For you have enraged the other gods, and they come for you now, sending their most prized champions to challenge you. Total devotion. You give yourself to the eagle as its mighty champion. Go forth with the gifts of magic and torment in the eagle's name.
So there's two guys in our lands that we have to deal with now. If I knew that was going to happen, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know where they would spawn. That's just going to be irritating. We're going to have to like rush back up north. The champion of the serpent, Fator, has been summoned by his master. Scorned by your allegiance to another, they have sent their best against you. This tainted warrior is here for one reason and one alone, your defeat. With an unquenchable thirst for battle and an unwavering commitment to obey his masters, he will be no easy champion to best. The host of followers in his wake is immense too, and they share a thirst for bloodshed, that with their hallowed example. You must overcome this champion. Show his master that your fate is not in his hands, and that no matter who is sent against you, the triumph will be yours. We also have Vashna the Hound. The champion of the Hound of Vashna has been summoned by his master. Pretty sure that said exactly the same thing. So, two champions to deal with. Let's upgrade Throg. He has Deadly Onslaught now. I think we may as well just finish off Scarred Veteran, so he has a plus 15% hit points. We can recruit a new army now. These are full-blown chaos armies. Wow. We got that to deal with. Let's raise the new lord at Doomkeep, Azric the Maze Keeper, and we will recruit him some marauders. So these are going to be unit rank 7 marauders. Oh wow, we can get unit rank 7 marauder chariots. Yes, please. Also want skin wolves if we can recruit them. I think we have to recruit them elsewhere, but for now, we're just going to grab ourselves some marauders with great weapons. We're going to need plenty of armor piercing, so marauders with great weapons probably the best thing for doing so, although they don't really match up to Chosen very well. They might do if they're unit rank 7. Where else were we going to build stuff? Was it Mountains of Naglfari? No, it wasn't. It was the Mountains of Hell. The other thing is Regiments of Renown. We can grab the Cold Voider, Frostworm, the Maws of Savagery, and Soul Crusher, the War Mammoth. Gonna definitely affect our income quite a lot, but it would be worth doing against these armies. So we can save 3 slots for Azric, the Maze Keeper, to recruit those Regiments of Renown. We also need to make sure that we have the extra cash available. So what might be worth doing is letting Wulfrik or Throg continue to attack these settlements and sack them, whilst we have Azric in the north deal with those armies. Azric is already level 30. He's going to have some pretty dank skills, I believe. I think they're just going to go straight for the Altar of Spawns, which is going to be a shame. We're going to lose a few settlements from this, I feel. Might lose the Mountains of Hell in totality.
Battle time is feeding time.
This is hard because if I go back north with everyone, we will suffer from the upkeep penalty. If I go back with like half of them, I'm not sure we're going to be able to take on like a big siege, for example. I think we'll send Wulfrik back up north. And we're not going to switch out any of the troops. We're just going to have him march up here. He needs to probably come across towards the Bay of Blades, I think. Unless it's quicker to go on land. I don't think it is. It'll take a while to get up there across land. So we'll just come, jump onto the water here and go across that way. And Throg can continue to raid for me. And Dregger is over here, so he might be able to like demoralize the army and stuff. Let's just put him on deploy for now. Okay. And actually he can join Azric. He can go in his army, so we'll leave 4 slots open. We're going to have 3 rank 7 Marauder chariots. I absolutely love that. Also might be worth getting some Marauder horsemen in that army. We'll do that as well. Yeah, we need to leave room for skin wolves. I think the only place we can currently recruit them is here. Actually, we can't recruit them there either. What do we need to recruit them? The Warhound kennels. We don't have Warhound kennels on either. Actually, we have them at Grayling Mute. So we'd just have to move over to here. Okay. It'll be interesting to see where they move. Let's move on to the next turn. So we'll spend 2 turns at Grayling Mute or at Doomkeep picking up the level 7 Marauder units, and then we'll move towards Grayling Mute to pick up the Skin Wolves. Looks like the Vampire Counts are hanging around near Wolfenberg as well. Maybe they'll avoid the settlements and just come straight down for Wulfrik. Actually, that might be something that happens. The Champions of Devotion. As you wreak havoc and destruction upon the world, my lord, your allegiance to your god builds. We've already read that, and we get our reward of 5,000. Fabulous. So maybe it'd be worth having... Maybe it'd be worth having Wulfrik stay with Throg after all. If they're going to come down to me, then yeah, why not? I thought they would attack my settlements, but if not, then like I said, we can just continue doing what we were doing anyway. Alright, let's carry on towards Hergig then. We'll go into raiding stance with both of these armies. The regular may as well move towards Azric then. And it doesn't look like Azric will find any combat from those armies coming down from the north. So we can just let him take his time recruiting. Let's move on to the next turn. Talabheim was also taken by Kislev. It looks like they were having a big war with the Empire until we absolutely backstabbed them. Challenger of the Hound is moving down, and Challenger of the Serpent. I think it's going to take them sweet time to get down here. We'll go and hit Hergig. And I'm definitely going to have to sack this, just because we're going to need the extra cash. No matter how much it's worth, honestly. 84 losses. We may as well sack. And we can't go into raiding camp. So what I'm going to do is we'll move up here and we'll go into just raiding stance. You can go into raiding camp with Throg. You can actually move him a little bit. Let's move him up. And raiding camp it is. Okay. As for our technology, longer holes for the extra income from sacking settlements seems to be worth it. Tower of Crack was taken by the Goromadni tribe, by the way, which is interesting. Azric can move towards Grayling Moot, and we're going to recruit ourselves some skin wolves. Then what we'll do is move back through the Icetooth Mountains. Maybe even towards the Mountains of Hell, because at the Mountains of Hell we will be able to recruit ourselves some mammoths and Norscan giants. What do we need to get the mammoths? The Dark Furnace and the Ruinous Kiln. Let's actually upgrade that. The Vashnar the Hound is coming in this direction. Go and deploy Dregera for this turn. Now let's end the turn. We'll attack Brass Keep and Hergig this turn. I think we'll have Throg attack Hergig and I guess raise it. And then we'll have Wulfrik attack Brass Keep.
Choose your words carefully, or I shall choose.
Military alliance. I guess we may as well see how much they give us for that. We give them military access as well. It's a high chance for 1,300. Let's go for like 1,800. There we go.
Let's fight.
We'll hit Brass Keep. Actually, we can't actually hit them this turn. We can attack Hergig again. We'll auto-resolve that. And we will raise it for the Eagle. Doesn't really matter what we raise it for anymore, but there we go. Throg is level 21. Complete Scarred Veteran. May as well complete Thick Skinned as well for the 15 armor. Just make Throg an absolute beast in combat like we're doing with Wulfrik. Azric. He's now going to move down towards the Bay of Blades. Actually, it might be worth having him come down towards Ice-Drake Fjord instead. Because then we can just take him down and attack the Empire with him. Since all of these guys are rank 9, I think it's just worth picking up more Marauders for this army. Pick up some Marauder Javelins, Marauder Hunters with Javelins, and maybe some Spearmen, just for the anti-large. And then that gives us 4 slots left for the 3 Regiments of Renown and the Agent Dregera. So what we want to do is build the first ash here. That's worth doing, and it's worth upgrading this to a Slaver's Camp as well. May as well upgrade this to a Longship Builder, same with that one. Just to help with our upkeep. Brass Keep can be attacked next turn. That's everything done for this one. We'll move on to the next. Those champions should be arriving shortly. But may as well keep raising stuff in the meantime. I guess as long as we don't take on both of those armies in the same turn, we should win. We want to join the war against the dwarves. No, we're not going to do that. Ostermark has been destroyed, and quest successful to recruit Marauder Hunters with Javelins. Okay, quest issued. Your hunters send word that they have not been able to find any leads in the forests, but have caught wind of a pair of sieging Cygors terrorizing Middenland, hurling giant boulders that are turning castle walls to rubble. It's as good a lead as any, and surely the soft southerners are not going to last long anyway, so they could do with the plundering. Time to bring some real hunters to the lands of men. So we need to raid Middenheim. We can do that very easily. Let's go in. Raid Middenheim. Actually going to give us 1,000. We'll hit Brass Keep. Destroy that. That's actually their capital. May as well sack it. Next turn we can raise it to the ground. And that's a very nice banner. Extra weapon strength causes terror and fear. And a nice follower as well. Right, let's upgrade Wulfrik. We'll give him his War Mammoth. That is totally awesome. He now has that available. And we have a Volder. I'm probably going to give a Norscan Warhorse, honestly, because then he can get into position to cast his spells easier.
My challenge? Undeniable.
Right, let's go back into raiding stance here. Actually, we can go into raiding camp to get the replenishment, and then we can destroy Brass Keep next turn. Right, Azric is done with his replenishment, so we can just march him down here now. Looks like they're going to try and capture Dieterschafen with Middenland. Dregra struggling to keep up with Azric. Going to cost me a lot when I recruit all of these units. Soul Crusher, Moors of Savagery, and the Cold Voider.
No escape.
Yeah. Wow, look at that mount. That's pretty badass. I like the look of that. Is everything done for this turn? I think it is. Let's move on to the next one. So now all I've got to do is just wait for those champions to pop out. Then we can crush them one by one. Challenger of the Hound coming down that way. At least we can see where he is. The quest successful there to raid Middenheim. Now we have another quest issued. You tear through Middenheim, leaving charred villages and slaughtered townspeople in your wake. Not only is there no sign of the Cygor brothers, but the soft fools of the Empire are surprisingly unknowledgeable about these monsters that are supposedly terrorizing their lands. But not all hope is lost. One of your shamans comes to you, claiming to have a plan which will lead you to your bounty. He can put this plan into action for you, but only for a handsome price, of course. You need to fill your coffers. But at the start of your turn, have a treasury of 1,500. And we do, so we've already done that part. Having accumulated the funds the shaman demanded, you pay his fee. There is always the chance that he will double-cross you or fail to deliver what he promises, but it doesn't matter anyway. You can always execute him later and retrieve the gold if needed. With the job now paid for, the shaman scurries out of his hut. Hero recruited at Ice Strake Fjord as Shaman Sorcerer. Quest issued. The shaman returns and discloses his simple but deviously grim plan. Having communed with various godlings and daemons in his mysterious rituals, he now claims to know the location of the Soul Eaters. He suggests you march your army to the edge of the Forest of Shadows, taking captive any men you can capture on the way and keep them alive. This plan sounds like it is getting interesting. Move any character to Dieterschafen. And we can do that with Azric, as we have Boris Todbringer to take on. We also have Jason of the Kinslayers. He was recruited. He is a metal sorcerer. Well, we may as well add him to Azric's army. Unless he can do anything in particular. Yeah, Dieterschaffen. Well, he can complete the quest for us. Why not? Quest issued. You reach the edge of the forests, having taken on dozens of captives on the way. These unfortunates will serve as living bait to lure the Soul Eaters out. You will likely be accompanied by the vicious beastman herd they march with. The hostages are chained up and hammered to stakes upside down by their ankles, deliberately drawing their blood. The beast will surely catch the scent, and it will be hard for them to resist the lure of injured, defenseless prey. So we have the battle against the Cygors to take on. And that will gain us the Cygor eyeball. Oh, we can do that on the way back down. Let's just deploy Jason of the Kingslayers for now. Let's grab Wulfrik, destroy Brass Keep. Raise it for the eagle. And I would go into raiding stance, but there's no point. What we're going to do is go into raiding camp with Throg, just to give us the replenishment. And we need to recruit the Regiments of Renown now with Azric. It's going to cost a lot. Oh, that's going to be nasty. Right, let's carry on then. Get onto land here, if we can. We can't. Okay, that's fine. You have Dregra coming down. Dieterschaffen doesn't have a garrison yet, so we'd just be up against a bunch of swordsmen, spearmen, and Free Company militia. We can crush those very easily and get quite a lot of loot from that. We're going to have to take on Middenheim as well. That will give us a lot of sacking income. But look at our upkeep. That is just nasty. And that's with us gaining 1,000 per turn from the raiding from Throg. Not sure this is very sustainable, but there we go. May as well upgrade this to a beast talon to get even more income. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Upgrade this to a raiding port and upgrade this to a longship builder. I'm just looking for anywhere where I can make some money at the moment. Doesn't particularly matter if we go into the red, if we don't have the upkeep in the future, because I want to be able to maintain these three massive armies.
Norsca.
I think we're just going to have to do it by raiding and sacking. And now we're actually attacking Middenheim. Getting the plus 50% from sacking should come into effect, so that should be nice. Let's move on to the next turn. Also, we might be able to take on the Cygors with Azric.
Or to be speared.
Military access for 3,000. Go for 4,000. We'll give them military access, why not? I don't know why they want it. I think they just like us because we're wrecking their opponents. But here comes the Fater the Serpent to attack Wulfrik.
I am the Wanderer.
I'm going to move over here, and we're going to move Throg up towards him so he's in reinforcement range. Then if Fator attacks, we should have Throg to reinforce us. Azric is ready to take on Forest Hobbringer and Dieterschaffen. Oh, god damn it. Dregra went back on himself. Oh well. Dregra is such a useless guy. He really is. It's like, it reminds me of like one of those agents that just doesn't do anything. He's just like the laughable character in like a movie or something. Let's go into normal stance here, get Azric onto land, and we'll attack Adeshifen with the help of Jason.
Gift from the shadows.
We'll declare war on Middenheim. We won't call Goromadni tribe. And we're going to go for this attack. I really want to see what Azric can do. So what we're going to do is quick save this and fight on the battle map, but not in this episode because unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So sorry that I have to leave you on such a cliffhanger, but I am very much looking forward to fighting with Azric myself, and this Lord of Change is going to be absolutely goddamn awesome. So yeah, look forward to that in the next episode. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.